Wow, what an episode of MobLand. I mean, episode 7, titled Crossroads, is absolutely diabolical, crazy, and interesting. The episode starts off where episode 6 left off. We see Harry getting to the outskirts of the warehouse. Mayhem ensues, and in the floor, in red blood, we see war painted out. And Harry calls Kevin. Kevin is on, gets it on speakerphone. Harry says, "We figured it out. We know who it is." And we see it's Hyman Lopez. And they all kind of put the dominoes into effect. Harry then figures out where to go to find out more information. He goes to another warehouse near the docks and kind of is a one-man wrecking crew to begin with, and just starts blasting away, throwing grenades everywhere. And Tom Hardy is carrying this show on his back, ladies and gentlemen. And this episode and the past 2 episodes have proven that fact. Then we see Conrad, Maeve, and Kevin trying to figure out the aspect of who's the rat. Well, we don't really know. But Maeve being Maeve, the diabolical, annoying bitch that she is, nothing against Helen Mirren, nothing against her. She's a phenomenal actress. But this character she's playing, ooh, it's just, you just want to like, oh, she's the start of all this war and drama. And Maeve kind of calls Richie and says, we had a deal, this and that. And Richie's like, I have the upper hand now. Maeve doesn't know what to do. Maeve then, in a way, kind of slips and kind of makes it where Richie is the bad guy, and Richie sent the text, and Conrad's just furious, and Conrad's like, let me see the text. Maeve's like, you don't believe me? No, that's not what he said. He wants to see the text. You didn't answer his question, And then Kevin comes in. Harry puts the pieces together, and we find out it's Hyman Lopez who took Serafina and Brendan. They're in this box. They're being kept alive through oxygen, and they're just strapped, and then they're trying to figure out what's going on. Brendan is the weak link. We see that. But Serafina is the smart one. She's absolutely calm, cool, and collected. She's trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening, asking Brendan, figure out what happened. He's like, I don't remember. I pissed and shit myself, and I blacked out, and here I am. And a kind of funny turn, Serafina's like, well, I did too, but minus the pissing and shitting part. And Serafina kind of quickly realizes that, holy shit, it's the Stevensons in a double cross. And it's like, what? So then one of Lopez's men come in, and then we see Hyman Lopez come in. And he has this grudge against Conrad Harrigan because 30 years ago, Conrad called Hyman's father so many derogatory names about being a Mexican and whatnot, and he still has this grudge 30 years later. Well, and then Harry is doing his thing and going to this destination. Now, we have some side scenes as well. We see Eddie talking with Harry's daughter, kind of get close to her. They make out. They have a scene that's null and void. Nobody gives a shit about that. It's just filler scenes. Then we see Jan meeting with Alice at a pub, wanting to know the information of what's happening, what's going on. And kind of we see Paul come in and kind of threaten Alice in a way. And Alice is undercover. We know she's undercover. And Jan is really not putting the pieces together just yet. Also, another poignant scene where it doesn't matter, unlike, but it does matter in a way because Jan and Alice are the main focus point as well. Eddie and Harry's daughter, it's just filler, whatever that is. Now, let's get back to Conrad and this whole craziness that's happening. We see Hyman Lopez talking. We get Kevin, Conrad, and Maeve get a link on their phone to something. We see that it's Serafina and Brendan. All of a sudden, chainsaw rolls up, and it's crazy. And trying to figure out what to do, what's happening. And then it's just absolutely insane, and Hyman Lopez is in the back, and craziness ensues, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the most brutal scenes ever in a show featuring a chainsaw, and it's just blood everywhere, and it's crazy. Kevin calls Harry real quickly. Harry then calls another contact, who evidently is someone that's trying to reach Harry so long, the gentleman that keeps coming into the auto shop, and then that person calls another person we find out this person is named Kat, played by Janet McTeer. We really don't know who Kat is, but evidently Kat has so much power that she stops everything from happening. The links go out, and then it's like, wait, what? What? Kat gets on the phone again with Harry, and Kat's like, you owe me. And it's like, okay, now there's more story to it all. And who is Kat? Is Harry an informant secretly? What's going on? Maeve didn't want Brendan, to do what happened, but everything is backfiring now on Maeve. You wanted a war, you got a war, we're in the midst of a war, and wow, if you find this show boring, unrelentless, it's whatever it is, then you don't know, and we're not watching the same show here, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a very, very well-written show, the best in a very, very long time. The thrills, every scene is really good, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, you don't know what to expect. Anything can happen now. What will happen now? We don't know. Will they finally find out that Maeve is the cause of all this? Will Richie Stevenson finally speak up? I mean, there are a lot of people who say that Richie is the good guy, the Harrigans are the bad ones. Maybe. But what really is going on? So many things still have to come together that this episode was insane. I didn't think they could top episode 6, but they did with episode 7. Episodes 1 through 4 were slow going. I will admit that. We had to get used and introduced to the characters, know where everything is, what's happening, what's going on. And then you have kind of Kevin talking with Harry's fixer about getting to Rugsby. Then you have Kevin's wife calling Antoine. That's a whole thing that's happening. So many stories going on, but some scenes are fillers to the main focus of the story. But this is a phenomenal show. I'm very curious if this will be, that's it, it's a one and done series, or will it continue? Just have to wait and see to find out. But this episode was absolutely mind-blowingly brilliant. Let me know in the comment section about what you thought of episode 7 of MobLand. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think about the aspect of the story? Where do you think it's going to go? Who do you think is the rat? We know who the rat is, maybe. And who do you think will meet their demise in this series? And who do you think Kat is? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Film Stock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my episode 8 review of MobLand.